I have $10,000 on this game, and I love this play. So I'm telling you, you need to watch this. If you haven't already, go follow my Instagram at shark.pro. I went 4-0 on free plays yesterday. Not only that, give this a like, a comment. And if you're not subscribed, bro, come on and subscribe. I'm giving you guys some free game that, 4-0 yesterday on free plays. We're going to smack this one also. $10,000 on this game. Come on now. Let's get straight into it. We got the Seattle Seahawks versus at the Detroit Lions. Let's go ahead and look at the Seattle team. They are 3-0 on the year. Okay? They beat the Broncos, Patriots, and Dolphins. Now, let me tell you, the Broncos, okay, Patriots, good win. They only won 26-20, barely won. Patriots, 23-20, barely won. And they beat the Dolphins 24-3. In that 24-3, they did play Skylar Thompson. Now, let's go look at the injuries. This is what's huge. You got Byron Murphy, D tackle, out. You got Leonard Williams, DN, D tackle, whatever you want to call him, out. Uchenna Nwosu, out. Nwosu, out. Linebacker, good run protector. Boy Mafe, out. And you got Jerome Baker, who's massive, from Miami. If he's out, that's huge. And you already have some of this offensive line out. George Fant out. You got Abraham Lucas out. You got a couple O linemen out also. Now, let's go look at this roster, and let's see what we're seeing. Kenneth Walker will be back today, even though Charbonnet, however you want to pronounce the name, did good last game. He will be back. Geno Smith right now is not balling, in my opinion, at all. Dude is completing 74% of his passes. He has 787 yards in 3 games, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. DK Metcalf, Jackson Njigba, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Tyler Lockett, they're going to do their thing as far as offensively. But what scares me here is the defense. I don't think that their defense is good whatsoever. I actually think they're one of the worst defenses in the league. I mean, they do have Julian Love, who's good. They have Witherspoon, who's good. But I just don't like this defense. I think that this defense has the opportunity to get ran on pretty crazy. I do believe this defense has the opportunity to get ran on. The thing about this defense is that if they try to load the box to stop the run, because that is their weakness, especially with injuries, they're going to be susceptible to play action passes deep, and that's what scares me with this team. Now, let's go look at this Detroit Lions team. Let me go back. Let's look at this Detroit Lions team. They are 2-1. They beat the Rams barely. They beat the Cardinals barely. They lost to the Buccaneers 20-16. So this team has not been impressive either. To be honest with you guys, this team has been very scary. Not in a bad way. Let's go look at their injury report. Their offensive line is jacked up. They got Ragnow out. He's a dog, all pro. They're missing Melifonwu. You know him from the 49ers. And they're missing Brian Branch. No big injuries here for them. Nothing that is really concerning to me where I'm like, oh my goodness. Now let's go look at this team's stats. You got Jared Goff, who's not balling at all. He's not balling. And a big reason for that is Sam Laporta hasn't been balling either. And I know because I have him fantasy. But this team does have David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. I wish Jahmyr Gibbs would get more touches, but you can't take away those touches when David Montgomery is doing as good as he is doing. They also have Jameson Williams, who is emerging. If you remember, he was suspended last year. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they got Khalif Raymond, Tim Patrick. They have a very good offense. Very good, just haven't started clicking yet. As far as this defense, I do like this defense. I think that this defense can get burned as far as passing-wise, but their run attack is very good. I do like their running game. I do like their run defense very well. Where they are susceptible is the pass game. All right. So how am I gonna look into this game? What are the things that I'm looking for in this game, and why do I have $10,000 on this game? Well, it is because the Seahawks defense scares me. And what scares me in the Seahawks defense is they can't stop the run. When you're going against Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, I have a bold prediction. The Lions are going to run for over 200 yards today. This game. The Lions are going to run for over 200 yards. I do not see Seattle stopping the run whatsoever when it comes to this Lions team at all. Now, you may be like, oh, bro, 200 yards is crazy. Well, let me tell you something. The Patriots ran for almost 200 yards. Antonio Gibson had 96 yards rushing. Ramondre Stevenson had 81 yards rushing. Okay, look into that. Okay, let's go to this Broncos game. Let's check out this Broncos team that doesn't even run the ball. They didn't run the ball. They had literally at all. And the Dolphins, they had Skylar Thompson. They played behind all games, so we can't even say that those games are good representation of how this run defense is. But let me tell you something: this run defense is trash. Okay, then you go ahead and look at this Detroit Lions team. And Cardinals, good win. David Montgomery had over 100 rushing yards. Jahmyr Gibbs had almost 100 rushing yards. This team is going to run all over the Seahawks. Also, one more factor. This line went from -5 to -4 to -3.5. So what I want to give you guys for this play is you're going to buy the point. The line is currently -4. You're going to buy the point. I think that if you buy this at 5, what it is at now, or no, but if you buy it at 4 or 4.5, whatever your book has, I think you're going to get trapped there. I think that I know that the play here is the Lions -3. Buy the point. It is very important that you buy that point. Buy the point, Lions -3. This is I believe that the Lions win this game. I'll say 42-24. 42-24 Lions. I do like the Lions. Now, you may ask, why buy the point if you think it's going to be such a big blowout like that? And the reason I want you to buy that point is because that -3 is way more valuable than that -4. Key numbers, guys. So just to play it safe, buy it down to the 3. Bada bing, bada boom. Sharp Pro.